So we'll take a look at the Monarchs batting order. And for them, a couple changes, but Zahid Valenzuela will lead off with Grant Richardson and Marcus Smith. So 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Garza, Callahan, and Head after that. And then at the bottom of the order, you have Gonzalez, Lindsley, and Bissonette. So Head moves up to that 6th spot. You send Bissonette down to the 9 hole, and once again, Valenzuela leading you off.
You want to have guys like Valenzuela, Richardson to get on for your hot bat Smith. You saw him leading off the last couple of home series. You want to put some firepower down there in the 3-4 spot. Richardson gets his turn in that 2nd hole. So Joe Calfa-Pietro trying to shake some things up here in game 2.
Do you like the changes?
I do. I like having Valenzuela maybe an opportunity to get on base. And the way Smith has been swinging it, you're hoping that a guy's in scoring position.
So it's Grant Cherry on the mound for the RailCats. Valenzuela 0 for 4 yesterday. A guy that bats a 246. Had 17 hits on the year. And the 2-0 is popped up on the right field line as Buchholz clears out Swazi for 1 down.
Good start for Cherry. Worked way inside on Valenzuela. He started his swing great, but another time the RailCats have gotten a Monarch batter to get underneath the baseball. That's a good first start for Cherry.
So we'll take a look at Gary's defensive alignments, and you have Edwards behind home plate, Swazi at first, Buchholz at 2nd, and then, man, look at that outfield. Watson Jr., Howell, and Summerhill.
You got some major speed there with Watson, and Howell in center field showed off some wheels out there, covering some ground on a diving catch as well. So much like Head for us, Howell for the RailCats is going to be one to watch.
No balls, 2 strikes, only 1 out. Cherry will set in. Richardson, 1 of 3 Monarchs to cross home plate yesterday. A check swing on the inside. He did come across, and Cherry records his first strikeout. Pitch on 84 miles per hour. Grant Cherry, a guy that was signed to the Rangers organization back in July of 24, so he came from affiliated ball with the Hickory Crawdads at High A, and a guy that's spent some big time college baseball at Tennessee, Long Beach State.
It was actually committed to go play for Florida State back in the 2024 year, but that's when he signed that deal with the Texas Rangers. So a guy that has really made his name well in college ball and in affiliated ball, but now here in Gary.
0-1 to Smith is up above the zone 0-2. Or excuse me, 1-1. Marcus Smith with a 4-game hit streak. He's the hottest bat right now for Kansas City.
It's a guy that has been seeing it very, very well, very comfortable. You can tell in his approach, he's very loose in the box, doesn't really try to do a whole lot, much like all these guys, but Smith, it almost looks easy for him at the plate right now.
So a good start here for Grant Cherry. Retired the first 2 batters, including a strikeout on Richardson. Looking to go 1-2-3, and the 1-2 to Smith is up above the zone, and 2-2. So that's one thing that Marcus has really progressed on, is his ability to stay patient at the plate.
He does get himself in hitters' counts, especially when he goes down in those 2-strike situations. Just like that.
Now he's ahead in the count. Popped up and away.
He went fishing for that one down in the zone. He tried him on a curveball. Well, that was a fastball down in the zone that he was trying to get in play.
Payoff to Smith is down low for ball 4. So Marcus Smith was down on the count, gets ahead, sees 4 balls, and he'll make his way to first.
That's what he does best. That time he went back to the fastball for Cherry and wanted to work inside maybe to get Smith out in front, but good eye again from Smith. He continues innings and gets another base running chance.
So this is a guy that was a bright spot for the Monarchs last night. Saul Garza went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles, had that solo shot in the second inning. And it seemed like his preparation paid off last night.
Talked to him after the game. He said that him and Coach Kenny Huck were watching film the last couple of days and tried to work on a few things. And he said luckily it translated into last night's game. And he just said that tonight they're just looking to flip around some momentum. And I was just asking him, a tough loss yesterday. He said, well, we're already playing music after the game. We're just trying to continue knowing that we are in a good spot here in this season.
So it looks like pitching coach Kent Willis wants to have a word here with Cherry pretty early for the mound visit. You have 2 down, and with Garza up, a runner on base. And it looks like Gary's going to have a meeting.
I think it's going to be about, Garza's hot at the plate, 3 hits last night. You cannot give him anything too easy, especially getting down 2 balls to no strikes on Garza. You know that he can really mash it inside the zone, and especially you flip it over to 2 quality left-hand batters in Callahan and Head coming up. You can't load those bases up if you can help it.
Grant Cherry, a native of Birmingham, Alabama. Smith leads off at first. The 2-0 to Garza is sent deep into left center field, and it is gone. Garza does it again. Well, just as he did yesterday, he comes up once again. This time it's a 2-run bomb.
And for a guy that started with all his 4 home runs on the road, how about back-to-back days here at Legends Field with a home run? And that film watch has been paying off for Saul Garza as of recent, as he is seeing the ball hot, and the Monarchs get that momentum push they were looking for last night and get that home run chain on for Mr. Garza.
Really starting to find his rhythm specifically here at Legends Field, and Callahan goes opposite field way. Is his back-to-back at the wall, and it is gone! Wow! Couldn't even have dreamt a better start for the Monarchs. Back-to-back home runs. And this time, it's a Nebraska native, Austin Callahan.
Again, he uses both sides of the field. This time pushes it again into the wind towards left field, and he does it again from Callahan. This time, back-to-back. First time we've seen it here at Legends Field that they've been back-to-back home runs, and the boys are moving here early on. No doubts here in this one offensively.
How about it? It was Gary's, really their opportunity yesterday. They had 3 home runs in that second inning. The Monarchs showing what they can do. This is a team that's tied for 6th in home runs as Hudson Head flies it towards center field. But Saul Garza with a 2-run shot into left center field. Right after that, it was Austin Callahan with a solo bomb to the opposite way. A 3-0 lead for Kansas City, top of the second when we return. Tickets for Less is the official third-party ticket supplier of the Kansas City Monarchs. Shop your Monarchs tickets and more with transparent upfront prices and no service fees at ticketsforless.com. Well, what a start. You couldn't even have written it up the way the Monarchs did. It was 2 outs, and you're thinking, okay, well, Garza's up. probably going to go 1, 2, 3, and then out of nowhere, after Smith walked, out of nowhere, just left center field, and then up 2-0. Callahan comes up, first pitch, opposite way.
Back-to-back home runs. First time we've seen it here this year for the Monarchs, and it's really that way they've been able to switch that mentality on the offensive side. You realize that was your cold spot last night, and that's the reason why they're first here in the West.
So Nick Buchholz will lead off. He went 0 for 5 last night, but a guy that bats a 147.
That's going to add some comfort, though, for Hudson out there on the mound, knowing that your guys put 3 runs on the board, 2 home runs. You got all the confidence in the world on the mound after that.
That's the thing, though, is, Dakota Hudson, we've seen him really in the first inning. Like, that usually is like his worst inning, because after that he really, really settles in. He gave up 2 hits in that first inning.
And that's what he does. We've seen on his track record, 25 hits, but there's a reason that it says 1.50 ERA.
Hit towards left field. It's Richardson to retire the first batter.
That's exactly how right there. He utilizes that defense very, very well. Mixes up a lot of off-speed pitches, so it's going to throw off Gary, especially if they're wanting to reach out in front. That was a fastball inside. 27 hits now on the year for Hudson, but still a 1.50 ERA because he's dominant in those very clutch and hard situations, just like in that first inning.
Well, it's a native of Beaverton, Oregon, Kevin Watson Jr., coming off a terrific day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a 2-run shot in the second inning. And Watson Jr. continues that right here on a single into left field.
Like you said, continuing that hot power at the bat. Another single, that's 3 hits in the last 2 nights for him on 4 at-bats, so he is really seeing it well. That one, just a fastball he found on the outside corner of the plate. He was able to muscle it out at 99 miles an hour out of the infield.
So he's up to 3 hits in the series. Prior to yesterday, he was only hitting a 115. Starting to find some rhythm, and Colin Summerhill will send a ground ball towards Bissonette. There's the play at second. Valenzuela throws it back to first in time. That's what this infield can do. It's a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the frame. And to the bottom of the second we go. Monarchs in front, 3-0. Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway wants to remind you to download the Penn Play app on your mobile device so you never miss another promotion or gift giveaway. Log in and find your fun now at PennPlay.com. Must be 21. If you have a gambling problem, then getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. So it's Grant Cherry back on the mound after a rough first inning. He retired the first 2 batters, and then after that, Monarchs got going, so they're looking to build off of what they put together. And it's Alvaro Gonzalez to lead off.
And you definitely dug yourself a little bit of a hole. But it's time for Gonzalez to heat up the bat. He's got a hit yesterday in the late half of the game. He's looking to carry that over today on Cherry.
Alvaro Gonzalez up to a 200 batter. He's got 9 hits this season. He went 1 for 4 last night, was able to cross home plate for a run. So he's DHing tonight. Great crowd on hand. It's comic book character night. I think I saw Captain America around. I think I saw Superman.
Do you have a favorite? If you had to pick one.
Batman. It has to be Batman.
Batman.
I don't know if he's Marvel or DC.
DC.
He's DC, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely Batman. Those new Batman movies were sweet. And I actually never seen, as the 2-1 is popped back, I've never seen The Dark Knight.
Okay.
And the Joker is, like, by far the best villain.
Oh, I got to agree with you on that. He's fun to watch in those movies.
What about you?
I got to go Captain America.
Yeah.
Always grew up loving Captain America, the Avengers movie. My dad took me to that first one in that 2011 one, and I just fell in love with the Captain America movie, my favorite superhero movie to this day.
2-2 to Gonzalez. Is down the plate, and he gets him looking. Gonzalez pleading his case, but a gorgeous pitch at 81. And Jerry records his second punch out.
That's beautiful. Just dropped it right on the, I'd say near that wrist spot of Alvaro Gonzalez. Just couldn't read it as it started in that top of the zone. That's a good response there from Cherry.
So Brady Lindsley still looking for his first hit in the series. But I always feel like there's just different comic book characters coming up every year.
I agree with you. I feel like Marvel, DC, they always add some different variations. Especially, you go watch a new movie, one of them, has died off in the film, and then they add a new one. It's like, oh, wow, it's still growing.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a great crowd on hand here at Legends Field. Boy, it was pouring down right around 3 o'clock, and obviously a turf field, and grounds crew did such a great job of covering the batter's box and the mound. But, it was coming down in buckets earlier.
It really was. I got caught up with the grounds crew down in the home dugout. We were kind of waiting out the storm, but said they were having a blast out there playing in the rain. But you were right. It was coming down here for about 30 good minutes.
Yeah, shout out to Jake and Joe, the grounds crew, that do an exceptional job. As a drop third strike, Lindsley on his way to first. A throw away from the bag. Lindsley will take the base.
So that will count as, it looked like it might have been counted as a strikeout, but it was a passed ball strikeout that Lindsley reached on. I'm going to go that's what it was. But hey, nonetheless, a base runner again for the Monarchs. This time you're shifting that over into the second inning.
Yeah, we got a crew on hand. David Arrieta, the crew chief at home plate. Jordan Sandberg at first and Pearson Tehuka at third. So they've been the same official crew this entire homestand. But Josh Bissonette batting a 191. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. And Bissonette rips one into right center. It is down for a base hit. And he opens up his day with a single.
Beautiful swing there by Bissonette. Down and in, but he was able to drop that bat and square it up. Great piece of hitting. It's given shades of 2 nights ago where he had 3 hits. 2 of those doubles, but the inning continues on for the Monarchs. We flip it back over to the top of the order.
With Sahid Valenzuela, Bissonette and Swazi having a little chat there at first. So Lindsley in scoring position at second.
They're familiar faces. Swazi, an old Monarch, 3rd year for Bissonette, so definitely have crossed paths here in Kansas City.
Valenzuela with 3 RBIs on the season. He talked about even just days like today where, the weather, it gets really humid here. And he's from Arizona where it's a lot of dry heat. And the 1-1 is sent into center field, but Corey Howell to make the grab.
That's another loud out. Valenzuela did everything correct on that swing. A beautiful approach outside of the middle part of the zone. And he crushed it just right at Howell in center field. Couldn't get more perfect than that.
Richardson struck out looking. Bissonnette and Lindsley both remain at their respected bags. Guy that was the hero just a couple nights ago showed what he can do and came up in the biggest moments in the ninth inning. And the 1-0 to Richardson is fouled on the right side.
I gotta say, I like the approach from the Monarchs early on. Cherry's given him opportunities inside the zone. He's not going outside of it. He's wanting to attack, but I'd like to see, after last night, they're being a little bit more aggressive with those pitches inside the zone.
Cherry's already thrown 38 pitches. 20 of those have been strikes.
And just another one. He ran inside on Richardson, wanted to get ahead early. Just a little bit too early there from 1-4.
Well, now he's down with 2 down. That was close, but it comes in for a ball, 2-2. Up above the zone, you have Marcus Smith on deck. And potentially here, this is a huge pitch. Because if a ball gets thrown, that could be bases loaded.
To a guy you do not want the bases loaded for.
Jerry deals, and Richardson strikes out swinging. Furious. But Jerry gets the best of that situation. And the Monarchs still hold on to a 3-0 lead. Third inning coming up here at Legends Field. We'll step aside. United Consumers Credit Union is proud to be a sponsor of the KC Monarchs. UCCU has been working hard with the hardworking since 1941. Visit uccumo.com to knock your finances out of the park. So top of the third and bottom of the order. And it's nice to see on a night like this where I talked about the rain earlier. That went away, and it's coming out to be a gorgeous night. 80 degrees, feels like 83.
Yeah, that humidity stuck around, but nonetheless, the rain subsided by game time. It allowed that field to dry up a little bit, and stadium seats and everywhere else kind of dry, so it turned out to be a great night again here at Legends Field, a part of this homestand.
So this brings in Cooper Edwards, the catcher, who's seeing action for the first time in the series. He signed with the RailCats back in June of 24. Guy that made his professional debut with the Florence Yalls. Went to Cameron University in Oklahoma.
This guy who's seen the ball very well. Last series, he played in 3 games, went 4 for 11 with 2 runs, a double. Only the 3 strikeouts.
The 28-year-old from Amarillo, Texas. We'll see the 2-0. Hudson's given up 3 hits, but he's gotten a lot of help from his defensive side.
He really has. Ended that inning just an inning ago with a 6-4-3 double play. We talked about Bissonnette and Valenzuela, how they work in motion over there at that 6-4 spot, and they came up big again for Hudson, who I know back-to-back innings with a hit, but there you go. We've been talking about that's why he keeps his runs low, because he knows he's got guys behind him.
Well, you even take it to the first inning. Hudson Head doesn't make that play out in center field, at least 2 runs score.
I mean, you give your hats off out there to Head to make that play.
Did it last night as well. Dakota Hudson has been around, and he's made it to the biggest stage in baseball. 6 seasons with the Cardinals, 1 with the Rockies. He was in their starting rotation. Guy that grew up with 3 other brothers. The 2-2 is lined towards the left side, and that will stay foul. But a father, as well as 4 boys.
A lot of boys running in that Hudson family. But he has been one of the big leaders here this year, obviously. A lot of MLB service.
Says he spends his time outside of baseball going to Little League games, coaching Little League. And Dakota Hudson records his first strikeout and does it with a fastball at 92. And that's your beer powder right there.
There he goes. Got him away, and he tested him, and the way Hudson's fastball moves, it almost looks like it's going to dip down. His 2-seam is one of the best here in Kansas City.
Corey Howell, who grounded out to third. And swing and a miss here on Howell. So that's the thing we've seen with Hudson. When he usually records that first strikeout, that gets him going.
Especially 2 innings under his belt, allowing some pitches to go in the zone and kind of figuring out how his contact's working for the night. But he gets really comfortable with that fastball, especially in the zone. It's a guy, back in 2019 with the Cardinals, a predominant starter in that rotation, 136 strikeouts for a 3.35 ERA. I mean, dominant stuff at that year in 2019.
And obviously, baseball ran in his family. His brother was a hitter, and it was always made for some good duels there. And, he said he just wanted to see how far baseball could take him, and it certainly took him far. I mean, you spent 6 seasons in the MLB. 2-2, and Howell strikes. He stays alive.
It'll be a foul tip. It almost was caught by Lindsley there, but
it was close.
We'll see here. Yeah, foul tip, and right at Lindsley. That'll hurt.
Seen that a couple times this year.
He looks all right there.
And now Howell strikes out. Here comes Dakota Hudson. Back-to-back Ks. This time it's a pitch low, and Howell goes after it.
He's really attacking low of the zone. This time he slowed it down with an off-speed of 87, and he's really catching a groove here against the RailCats. You got a 3-0 lead. The pitching starts to work. This is how the Monarchs can look dangerous here this year.
And they talk about this Monarchs team that they feel really comfortable when Hudson's on the mound, and it allows them to know that, hey, he's going to be a guy that's shoving in strikes.
They love this starting rotation this year. They love those first couple of frames to know that they're going to go out there, get a big 0, and make it easy for you on the defensive side so you can stay comfortable in that batter's box that next inning. But that's the relationship these guys have had this year, and again, just another way these guys have been working in synergy with each other.
I mean, Dakota Hudson, when you pitch in 24 innings and you give up 4 runs, that's impressive. Monarchs looking to go 6 up and 6 down. The 1-2 on the inside.
like Lindsley was looking to see if he did get that bat across as he was trying to avoid. You see an in-half slider? Yeah, he held it back very well there.
And called strike 3. So Dakota Hudson strikes out the side and really settling into his zone. Smith, Garza, and Callahan due up as the Monarchs have a 3-0 lead. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Tired of choosing between a cocktail you actually want and the diet you're trying to keep? Meet Carbless. Stop compromising on your taste buds. Find your bliss. Pick up Carbless in delicious flavors at the Home Plate Bar or Beer Park. Carbless is the official ready-to-drink partner of the American Association. Talk about a team that's come ready to play. It's the Monarchs with a 3-0 advantage. You had back-to-back home runs from Garza and Callahan, and now Marcus Smith is set to bat here on the top of the order, in the third of the order.
And it's a guy who already got on base once today with the walk. He's already seen how Cherry has came at his approach, and he's ready to maybe put a ball in play, but then you got to deal with those two. Garza and Callahan here in the third. You want to continue that momentum here into that last final frame in the first frame.
Smith shows bunt and fouled away. You like the idea of Smith going with a bunt early?
I do, but now probably not. Williams has already came in. He was very deep in the third base side. He was maybe looking to just lay it down because we know the speed that Smith has.
And a soft grounder towards Cherry, who flips it on to first.
That was an awkward hit there, way inside, and Smith wanted to give it a go, but let's see where that contact ended up happening. Yeah, just off that end of the bat, very awkwardly, so it was an easy play for Cherry to begin the inning.
Well, Saul Garza. And Garza slices it to right center, and it is down. My goodness, he cannot be stopped right now.
5 hits in these first 2 games of this Gary series for him. He's really, really taken that time of preparation. He talked about that, and it is paying off at the biggest time for Saul Garza.
And Austin Callahan had that opposite field shot. This time he goes right field and it's foul. Two home runs from the former Cincinnati Red. Was in that organization. He was with the Chattanooga Lookouts in Double-A. Callahan ropes it to right field, and what a sliding play from Summerhill. The throwback to first, and Garza gets back there in time. Outstanding play from Colin Summerhill.
I mean, you talk about a perfect hit, perfect swing. Everything was done right there. 107 off the bat on an inside fastball, and Garza almost was able to get halfway there. He was almost picked off at first. Good heads-up base running, but right at Summerhill once again.
Hudson Head batting a 177. Popped out to short his first time up, but he's been a little slower as of recent. On the hitting side, he went 0 for 3 yesterday, but what he's done in outfield, he's got a lot of speed, and he's athletic.
Back-to-back nights with diving catches out there. One of them that kept 2 runs at least from scoring.
Sent into the gap. That is down, rolling towards the wall. Here comes Saul Garza. He gets the wave home. The throw won't be in time. Hudson Head first dive into third. Outstanding.
And Hudson Head is rocking and rolling on that one. RBI triple. He leads this team in triples. This time it's his 4th on the year. And he turned on the afterburners there, crossing second. Garza goes from first to home. And the Monarchs continue to push here in this first frame.
Wow. What about that?
And the head first dive as well. Good stuff there by Mr. Hudson Head.
That's Head's 12th RBI of the season. Alvaro Gonzalez will step in and take a first pitch strike.
And boy, he found that out on that outer edge of the plate and was able to muscle it all the way over into that left center field 411 area out there. And we talk about his quick hands, and he made that work there.
So Alvaro Gonzalez opened up his night with a strikeout looking in the second. Cherry with 4 strikeouts. This is lined up the middle. It's Peralta to make the play. But the Monarchs grab a run in the third. It was an RBI triple from Hudson Head to bring home Saul Garza. A 4-0 lead for Kansas City to the top of the 4th. When we return, we'll have a special guest join us. So we're joined by a special guest, Josh Buchholz, the Deputy Commissioner of the American Association. Josh, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me up here. It's great.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Great to be back in Kansas City.
Yeah, so when have you recently been back in Kansas City?
I was here last year after the tacos and tequila to see how the turf responded and check in with Jay, make sure his mental health was good. Jay Hendricks, your president, and everything was great. So, yeah, no, it was it's always good to get back. Actually, I have my entire family is from the Kansas City area, so I've spent many summer vacations in the greater KC area, and when this team came here in 2001, I believe is the year. I'm kind of dating myself. It was pretty fun to have a team back here and get to see some relatives every once in a while, and I love coming down here.
So you handle the day-to-day operations as Hudson looks like he almost gets Swazi. So you handle the day-to-day operations, working with GMs, front offices. Just talk to me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so my background is on the team side. I worked with Fargo for 22 seasons, 12 or 13 of those were as GM, and then I moved to the league side before the 2018 season. And so I handle kind of the nitty-gritty of the baseball side of our league.
I see. So this is what. Then you try to hit 9 to 10 stadiums a year?
Yeah, 9 or 10, yeah. It kind of depends on how the schedule works out. But I was in Cleveland last night and got to jump up here today and be able to get home for some U8 girls softball tomorrow for my daughter. So,
there we go.
Yeah, and we're kind of rolling all kinds of ball.
You live in Moorhead?
I live in Moorhead, Minnesota, yep. So I'm
it's up there.
It is up there. My like I said, my family's from here. My mom and dad are both from here. And
where
my
in Kansas City?
My mom graduated from Lawrence. My dad graduated from Bishop Miege. So,
as a strike down the middle. So you have Kansas City roots.
I have deep Kansas City roots. We are literally the only transplants I think on both sides of the family. My dad got his MBA at KU. My mom did undergrad work at KU, finished up in another place up north. We moved to Minneapolis after my dad got his MBA and took a job in Minneapolis, and then eventually worked our way up to Fargo-Moorhead area. So,
and you were the GM of Fargo-Moorhead. Prior to that, you were the clubhouse attendant. You really worked your way up.
I did, yeah. I've kind of seen it at all levels. I've ridden the bus, so I think it lends some credence to how I operate when I've been in the shoes of the players, and not as a player side, but like I've been on the bus, I've been in the hotels. I know what getaway days are like, and I know what.
And a chopper towards Valenzuela, who slides but won't make the play as Swazi gets to first on a single. But yeah, you talked about you've seen it really all.
Seen it, lived it. I put out the food spreads. I've eaten the food spreads. I've done all of those things. I've done the laundry. In the old days of the league, the home team didn't do the laundry. So when I would travel on the road as the clubhouse guy, I was up at 7 a.m. and finding a laundromat in whatever town we were in and pumping quarters in.
Yeah,
there was no credit cards. There was no apps. There was nothing like that. It was.
That's the thing. It's a 100-game season, and every single day. It's once you finish up a series, it's not like you have a couple days off to kind of take the trip up there. Yep. It's on the bus, and then the next series. It's a grind, like you know.
Yeah. It's a great grind. I think it's the best part about baseball is you can forget about a loss the next day and start over, and it's one of the really beautiful parts about the game, I think.
1-0 down low. So just talk to me about the growth of the American Association and obviously different TV partners, a lot more fans, a lot more accessible to watch. Just talk to me about that.
Right. So when we came in, I came in 2018. Our commissioner Joshua Schaub came in 2019, and our path was to grow the league and exposure.
Jumper towards Valenzuela, who looks at second, retires Swazi, but it looks like Williams will get to first.
And really putting a name on what we were. We were always kind of independent baseball. Well, nobody really knew what that meant, and you could start a league anywhere you wanted and call it independent baseball. And if you really felt like it tarnished what we had established, what the people before us really had established in the Northern League, the Frontier League, the Atlantic League, and we took it upon ourselves to make that first step and say, look, we're something different. We're just professional baseball. It's no different than going to Mexico. It's no different than being in Asia. It's not Major League Baseball, but it's professional baseball, and that's how we like to view ourselves.
And, talk about the talent level. This is a guy on the mound, Dakota Hudson, who came from the MLB, spent 6 seasons at the highest level. There's a lot of and a variety of different talent throughout all the teams here in the association.
Well, I think that's the cool part about our league, and it goes back to the early days where they identified that you wanted the young kids in here. The kids right out of college, you overlook guys that weren't drafted, and
towards Valenzuela, gets it on a hop and makes the play at second. The throwback to first won't be in time, but
there's so many.
Williams gets out at second. So what a play there from Zahid Valenzuela. Just able to field it up on a bounce and flip it on to second. But you talk about, Josh, the talent level.
The talent level in this league is continues to get better year after year. And you see it. You see it especially here. Joe does such a great job of assembling, AA, AAA, Major League guys. And what you get to see every night. You can't go to Legion Ballpark and watch that. And communicating that message out. And the biggest thing for us was we need to improve our TV package to be able to do that. And
fans can watch for free.
Production value. So, standardized graphics, which we continue to work on in all of our markets. Standardized camera angles. You guys do a great job here in Kansas City. It's been fabulous.
Great crew on hand.
Yeah, great crew here. I come from Fargo, where we had it's kind of the same thing. Like we believed in television up there early on, and it's paid off. We've gone from literally when I took over, I think we had on our little streaming site, we had 100,000 viewers maybe for the whole season. And now last year I think we eclipsed 12.5 million viewers. This year we're trying to get to 18 million to 20 million. So it's big numbers. We're trying to get as accessible and as in many places as we can. There's a lot of casual baseball fans that don't know what we are. And we're just trying to introduce them to this brand of baseball. It's completely different than what they're used to at the Major League level, but it's still so high level. The difference between these guys and Major League guys is so razor thin. I think it would shock the casual fan to really know.
1 to Watson, popped back. But that's the thing is I think sometimes you might forget, no, these guys are professionals. They were everybody, at least on the Monarchs roster, most of those guys were drafted by professional teams, and a lot of them worked their way up all the way to AAA.
Right. The pedigrees are great in this league, and I think we have 7 managers that have big league time, other managers that maybe don't, but just have vast amounts of experience in the game, and it is, this is a league that the word's out. You come here, this is, if you're going to play partner league baseball, this is the place to come.
Yeah,
best stadiums, best managers, best umpires, not to pat ourselves on the back.
No,
but we
absolutely.
think our front office at the league level handles our business probably better than the other ones. We're the forward-thinking league. We're always trying to be a couple steps ahead of everybody else in the partner leagues, and that's not to downgrade what they're doing, but that was just always our philosophy. When we came in, we joked. We kind of inherited a dinosaur. It was, here's the schedule, here's the balls, here's the umpires.
Go play.
Have fun.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in 100 games at the finals. And we thought there was more here. And we did a big study with we had a consulting group come in and take a look at our league and like, what's our valuation? Where can we increase? And the first thing was television and broadcast, and how can you get better?
As Watson Jr. strikes out, so Gunther got all the way to second, but Gary comes up empty as we head to the bottom of the fourth. More from Josh when we return. So with Josh Buchholz here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Josh, yeah, you talked about the talent level, the growth really of this organization and really this league. So it's just going to be exciting to see where everything goes from here.
Yeah, I mean, this is our vision. Our biggest thing in the league office, like one of our biggest things is pushing valuations for our owners. And like, how can you guys get better? How can you make your organizations better? How can you make the whole league have value in this grand world of the media and
yeah, absolutely.
And how you're seen we've been able the biggest thing, we've gotten buy-in from our ownership groups too, and without that, like Josh and I can say all we want to do, but it doesn't work if there's not buy-in from our owners and our owner. I think our boardroom is
skied high on the left field line, and Lindsley will pop out.
Our boardroom of owners is just phenomenal in this league, and they've given us a lot of rope to kind of trust me, bro type thing, right?
Yeah.
And they have, and we think we've paid them off so far, but we know we have a lot of work to do from the league side to get them to where we really want to be, and we keep pushing it, and we'll keep pushing it, and sometimes it's an uncomfortable discussion, but at the end of the day, like everybody has the same idea of what we want, where we want this league to go.
Oh, for sure, and the growth has been great to see, and it's going to continue to grow. Let me talk about your experience here at Legends Field.
Yeah.
What have you liked so far? Have you tried any of the food? Kind of what's been going on there?
Jay gave me this wristband, so I had the I think it's jambalaya in the
How was
Legends
that?
Club. It was great. It's fabulous. Yeah, I'm a jambalaya guy. So,
Yeah.
So that was really good. I smelled the fish and chips when I came in.
That's been
Oh, my
a
goodness.
hot product.
Oh,
A
my
lot of people
goodness.
have gone after that.
I'm go ahead.
And bloop towards right field. It is down before Summerhill can get to it. And Bissonette with a one-out single. It's his second of the night. So top of the order here with Seed Valenzuela. But, yeah, you talk about the fish and chips. I mean, there's brand new food here at the ballpark.
Yeah,
so
it's like, I understand, things came in late, there's changes or whatever, but, man, you can already tell, like, there's a vision here. And I've known Quint Studer for a few years. I've met him a few times at winter meetings, and I know he's a longer relationship with Joshua Schaub, our commissioner, and just excited to have him and Jonathan Griffin and their crew in here. Like I said, this is a market that's near and dear to my heart because of my roots.
Right.
And
Did you ever go to T-Bone's games?
I did. Yeah. So I've been in the league for 32 years. So when they came into the league, I was super excited. My uncle literally owned a restaurant about 10 miles east here in Baser. So
nice.
So it's like I said, there's a lot of family. I got family in Olathe. I got family in Shawnee. I got family in Lee Summit. I got family in KC Mo. So yeah.
Where did you go to? Did you go to high school here in KC?
No, I grew up in Minnesota.
Okay.
So I was in Moorhead, right across the river from Fargo. Like I said, we moved up there in the 70s. Aging myself here a little bit.
Right.
But every summer we would pack up the station wagon, come down and see the relatives.
Awesome. So have to ask you, favorite place to eat here in Kansas City?
Oh boy, I'm a Jack Stack guy, to be honest with you.
Dude, Jack Stack's really good.
I know that's not always the right answer, but
everybody says Joe's, but
Yeah.
2-1 to Valenzuela is lifted away, but Jack Stack is really good.
Jack Stack is the one. So we used to stay at down in the Crown Plaza area in downtown in the old days with the revolving restaurant at the top, whatever that hotel is. But
Yeah.
but there's a Jack Stack down. You kind of go out around the arts district down there. I can't remember the whole. It's been a million years.
Yeah.
Since I've been here. But Jack Stack was we'd always make that run when we were down here with the team, and I would take people there, like to introduce them to Kansas.
Absolutely. There was, I think, one I went to across from the Rafael Hotel downtown, Jack Stack place. It was unbelievable.
It's worth it. It's a little bit more upscale, right?
Right. More of a sit down.
Yeah, but man, it's legit. Oklahoma Joe's, I guess it's just Joe's now, right?
Yeah.
I think they've changed that, so it's just Joe's. I've been to the gas station one. Top notch.
Is that
as
the
well.
original?
I think that's the one that was sort of, My cousin took me there one time, and I was like, blew my doors off too. But
and Valenzuela rips it towards the right field line, but Swazi will tag the bag.
But for whatever reason, Jack Stack was kind of the go-to, and in a wild. I mean, if you really want to trace my roots, so my family are Muehlbachs. So there's the Muehlbach Hotel and Muehlbach Brewery, old Muehlbach Brewery.
Yeah.
My father's side comes from the Muehlbach line, so he was Robert Muehlbach Buchholz. His grandma, I think, was one of the sisters, and so we have like seriously deep KC roots.
Wow!
It's crazy.
Wow!
So
so how long are you here for?
Just tonight. I got to get back home for my daughter's softball games tomorrow, which is going to be awesome too.
And Richardson will take the second strike. Josh Bissonette is 90 feet away at third. But
but I love it down here. We're Kansas fans. We're Kansas people. I think I was
Chiefs
maybe
fan?
Vikings fan.
Vikings fan, okay.
Long suffering.
Yeah. Royals fan or Twins?
Royals. I actually went to more Royals games as a kid growing up than Twins games. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always had a warm spot for the Royals. So, without a doubt.
0-2 to Richardson. A shallow pop up, and Buchholz clears it out for the third out. But, Josh, thank you so much for joining us here at the fourth inning.
Appreciate it. Great to be on.
Yeah, of course. Top of the fifth when we return, a 4-0 Monarchs lead. We'll step aside here on KSMO. Top of the fifth inning. 4-0 lead for Kansas City. Joey Fear with Jackson Phelps. So great to have the Deputy Commissioner Josh Buchholz on. And, well, Jackson, Kansas City in that inning, it was interesting because Swazi, Cameron Williams, and Gunther both got on base. All got on base, but Swazi and Williams got thrown out at second.
Yeah, what a play. Back-to-back plays made by Sahid Valenzuela at second. One in a full-out effort diving, so he's really came up big today at that second base position. Continues to add comfort to Dakota Hudson on the mound, and the Monarchs still kind of controlling this game midway through.
So Colin Summerhill will lead off. Summerhill grounded it into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. Decent start for Dakota Hudson, nonetheless. Giving up 4 hits through 4 innings, but throwing 4 strikes. 4 strikeouts, rather. On the inside, and once again he throws a hit by pitch. Summerhill will take first.
just runs inside that belt area of Summerhill. Back-to-back innings. Podkol was the first victim. This time it's Summerhill, but that's how you want to start. Maybe not the exact comfort way, but way to wear one for Summerhill to get his team some momentum.
Cooper Edwards here in the bottom of the order, and he sends one the opposite way, rolling into right field. And the throw to second, does he get Summerhill? He does. Colin Summerhill got aggressive with the base running. He turned around and was thrown out. What a dart here from Smith in right field.
The IQ from Smith to back pick on Summerhill, who got ahead, and he wasn't happy with that one. You'll see here, he wanted to go towards it, but the arm strength from Smith beats him. Heads up play out there by 27 out in right field, and he continues to show off that cannon of an arm he's got.
Boy, you could have had two runners on with no outs. Instead, you only have a runner at first with one out, and the top of the order here with Corey Howell. Wow, that was plays like that are huge in the outcome of the game and just momentum.
It really is. The defensive side from Kansas City keeps on showing up in ways you wouldn't expect. There you think, oh, two runners on, but Smith catches Summerhill sleeping out there on the second base line. And you would think he'd throw it over to third, but no, he goes back to Valenzuela. An amazing play out there.
0-1 is past the glove of Bissonnette. Back-to-back hits. Gary starting to find some rhythm here with the bats. They're up to 6 hits.
Ties the Monarchs at the game with their 6th hit, like you said, but that one, just a fastball right in the zone, and was able to muscle it past Bissonnette in the infield. And that's back-to-back-to-back singles. Not just back-to-back singles to begin the inning for Gary. 3 straight base runners. Really catching a rhythm here.
Well, prior to tonight, Hudson gave up 25 hits, but only 4 runs, and that still remains the same as a left field shot towards Richardson. The runners retreat to the bases and 2 down. So that was a big out.
Big out, and that's how Hudson operates. We've been talking about it all night long, where he comes up in situations where it can seem a little bit daunting, especially with a runner in scoring position, but he trusts that defense to a T, and that one was delivered right in the zone, but he was able to out-pitch and outspeed that one as it got behind the bat of Peralta.
So Howell stands at first and Edwards at second. What a day it's been so far from the former Monarch, Joe Swazi. He's 2 for 2. But he's going to need to make something happen here. Swazi goes over the glove of Bissonnette. And the runners advance the base. Bases are loaded. 2 down. And Cameron Williams is up.
Helms outside the zone and way inside, but Swazi was able to work that muscle down low into the inside half of the zone and deliver a soft liner. It was a little bit too soft, so it held everyone up, but the bases are loaded. Now with 2 outs, we'll see how Dakota Hudson can work this one out.
Well, he's going to need to do so. Cameron Williams popped out to second and reached base via fielder's choice as Lindsley wants to talk with his veteran.
You know, in these moments, if you're the RailCats, you're not going to get many more like this. Bases loaded, but you have to find a gap out there in the outfield. With 2 outs, you can't put anything on the ground. This infield has been rock solid all day long, so Williams is going to have to change his approach. Hudson is really going to have to start working outside the zone if he wants to limit the contact, but if you do, there's one area that Gary has not been able to find, and it's down low, bottom of the zone. So maybe he'll go down there and attack.
First offering to Williams, a bounce in the glove to Valenzuela. He makes the out, a timely out. Gary left 3 runners stranded. Nobody gets home. And the Monarchs stay in front 4-0. To the bottom half of the 5th we go when we return. Here we go. This is what you come out to the ballpark for. We got Iron Man, Mr. Incredible there in the end of the show. Just
Supergirl there, and Superman as well. Oh, man, come on now. That's awesome. I got to give it to Mr. Incredible. That is an awesome costume.
Yeah, that's
there.
sweet. Monarchs have this 4-0 advantage. Yeah, it was 3 runs in the first, a run in the third, and they're keeping Gary scoreless so far.
Here's the guy that got that momentum started for Monarchs across home on that Saul Garza home run, but you talked about it. They kind of flipped that script towards their side. Yesterday it was Gary to get started. Now it's the Monarchs.
And Smith's ball stays fair on the right field line. He's turning 2. A leadoff double from that man who's really the hottest bat right now.
Beautiful swing down in the zone, extended his arms to muscle it again. Monarchs are really working that power on all sides of the field, and he got going past first there. It hit that wall out there at the right field line. If it goes all the way to the line, that's probably a triple, but the ballpark keeps it a double, but nonetheless, a great way to start.
Well, this is a guy they don't want to see up in this situation, Saul Garza. In the series, he's 5 for 6 with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a single.
Amazing stuff. 4 of those 5 hits, extra base hits. He's showing off that pure power that we know he could bring here to Legends Field, and kept saying, oh, you can only hit him on the roadside, and back-to-back nights puts one over the wall.
Ball on a strike on Garza. You got a chance to talk to him yesterday. He's said he enjoys country music as his pregame music, but really kind of whatever the clubhouse plays, a lot of house music in there. He also likes.
And he was talking about that. He said just whatever gets the guys in a good atmosphere and a good vibe he likes. But also, if you listen here at Legends Field, he has jazz music for his walk-up. He said, I've had that walk-up song for quite a few years. It's just something that when I hear it, it lets me let loose and just have some fun. So a big music guy down there in Saul.
Smith at second, and Garza reaches for it on the edge and strikes out for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, the eyes grew big there for Garza. Just a beautiful slider that's been Garza's kryptonite, that outside part of the plate. He wanted to get after that one and put something in play to maybe advance Smith over to third, but nonetheless won't stop his approach.
Callahan with an opposite field home run, and he flew out to left field. Such a reliable hitter, and a guy that knows how to get it done in the hot corner at third base. He can play 2 sides of the ball with some of the best of them.
He's a very fundamental guy here in the game of baseball. He does it both with the bats. He's nothing flashy, just likes to put a ball in play. That's what he says. He just likes to recognize pitch types and work it the best he can. And twice here at Legends Field, it's paid off, one of them tonight.
And Callahan skies it the opposite field way. Watson Jr. makes the play on the line. That's what you notice about Austin Callahan is it seems like every time he makes contact, it's going towards left field.
He likes to bring those elbows in towards the body, which opens up that torso area, which means that swing type is already going to be open. It's like swinging a drive in golf. Guys sometimes like to keep their bodies open. I feel like Callahan translates that here to baseball, where he is more prone to open up his swing type up out to that opposite side.
So Hudson Head had that RBI triple in the third inning. One thing you like about Hudson is there's not many times he strikes out. You know, when it's out, like you talked about, it's a loud out.
Very loud. Quick hands. A lot of speed there, but we talked about all those things, but he genuinely just loves to see what he can do with the baseball. He's a big competitor.
And Hudson Head sends it into right field. It is down before the wall. Smith will score. Head into second. And he continues what has been an exceptional day from the Texas native.
And right there, went down and got it. 101 off the bat. The quick hands pay off. Almost gets it out of Legends Field, but it shorts off the short wall. And Smith, no problem getting home. And Hudson Head stays hot today. A guy who's been itching to come up big. Man.
That's the 13th RBI for Head, which now leads the team. It's been quite the response for the Monarchs here tonight. They gave up their most runs in a game at Legends Field yesterday. 11 runs. They only had 3 to go with it, and losing 11-3 and the way they did yesterday, obviously, you know, it was Jimmy Endersby, his first start on the mound, so a guy that was trying to maybe find his zone and didn't really know much, and he came in. Gary put their foot down in that first game. Up 10-1 at one point. Monarchs just turned the page, and right now they're up 5-0 in the fifth. And we've seen the bats get hot.
Looks like a completely different offense. I feel like yesterday walking into the clubhouse after the game, like I said, the music was playing. They still had smiles on their faces. Their chins were definitely up because they know how good of a ball club they still are. They weren't going to let that loss define them. And just today, they flipped it.
1-2 to Gonzalez is skied high in the air. Edwards will call it out, but it's going to be Swazi to make the play. So an RBI double from Hudson Head with 2 outs to bring home Marcus Smith, and a 5-0 advantage for the Monarchs. 6th inning when we return. With the Price Chopper app, you'll never miss a sale. Easily browse the weekly ad, clip digital coupons, track rewards, and get personalized offers. Download the My Price Chopper app today. So Dakota Hudson will step on the bump once more. He's gone 5 innings, given up 7 hits, but he's thrown 4 strikeouts.
Again, defense behind him has got his back tonight. Continue to show up in those big moments. You know, it's been 3 out of these 5 innings pitched that the RailCats have gotten runners in scoring position on Hudson, but he's been able to get himself out of it every time.
So Jake Gunther will lead off. Now this is a Monarchs team that looks more like themselves. I mean, on the offensive side, yeah, you have 5 runs, 8 hits, but they put up 5 straight zeros on the defensive side. And that is a big reason why they have the league-leading ERA.
We don't talk about this pitching staff enough. They're really doing big things here in Kansas City, especially a win like today if they are able to pull it out. But Dakota Hudson's been that main factor in the starting room, and he continues to show out.
Push to right field, out for a foul. Low, did he go? Did not.
Lindsley's been pretty quick to get up a couple of times. We'll see here. That's close. Very, very close. As Gunther starts his bat almost towards the backside of the plate. He had to come around pretty far for that one.
And Gunther smart at the plate. He'll take first. And Hudson throws his first walk of the evening.
First time that Gary has been able to win a battle in a full count situation all night. He's only seen 4 strikeouts. A couple of those came in full count situations, but that's good patience there by Gunther.
What a terrific crowd on hand. Close to 3,000 fans here on this Saturday night. The home run patio, it's bumping over there. Coors Light party porch, it's packed out too, and yeah, you got a lot of fans in attendance, so always great to see.
Always great to see fans here, especially in those areas, the party areas. The suite levels here are also packed tonight. The ticketing office does a great job all season long. They continue to show out here on a beautiful Saturday night at Legends Field.
They really do. Ball and a strike is low, so there's no action in the bullpen for the Monarchs right now. They're sticking with Hudson. He's thrown 74 pitches, 46 of those have been strikes.
Yeah, we've seen how lengthy Hudson can go. He's had 8 innings at one point on a start.
2-1, set past a diving Bissonnette. Gunther to second. Buchholz with his first single of the evening, and now 2 runners on, no outs, and a terrific at-bat by Nick Buchholz.
Very, very good at-bat. Was able to get down and fish it out of the bottom half of the zone and just zing it past Bissonnette at short. 90 miles an hour. Again, the hard hits in the infield have been tough for Bissonnette over there today, but they've been testing him a lot.
Well, that's the thing with Gary. Yeah, they've put up 5 straight zeros, but they've had 7 runners left on base. At times, they've just needed a hit.
It's back-to-back innings that last 3 innings in a row up to this point have been pretty dangerous times for Kansas City on the defensive side. Hudson's been able to work his way out of them. But once again, he's going to have to come through, this time with no outs on the board.
Kevin Watson Jr. with a single in the second inning. He struck out in the 4th. And a chopper towards Garza, who looked at second. He's going to try to tag first. And just got out. Really close there. Garza thought he had more time than he originally had.
See here, he initially wants to try to make that double play, but almost Watson was able to leg out an infield single on Garza, but heads up to get that play. But the double play is now eliminated. Both runners now pushed into scoring position with 1 out.
So Buchholz got to second, Gunther to third. And Colin Summerhill will step in. These are the moments where you see Dakota Hudson produce his best stuff. Back against the wall, 2 runners on, both in scoring position. And a grounder towards Callahan, who looks at first, makes the play, but Gunther will score. So Gary on the board. And it's a ground out RBI from Colin Summerhill.
I like that play there by Callahan. You're okay giving up 1 run up by 5, but a good job by pushing Buchholz back to second base to not allow a runner 90 feet away and to get that big out for Hudson on the mound. And again, the Monarchs were okay giving up 1.
So Buchholz, the only runner left on base. Cooper Edwards Almost was hit by a pitch. Edwards tags it to left field. It is Richardson to make the play. But Gary gets on the board. It was a ground out RBI from Colin Summerhill to bring in Gunther. And a 5-1 advantage now for KC. Bottom of the 6th we go on KSMO. Kansas City, Kansas Community College makes college closer than ever with affordable degrees, career-ready programs, and support that goes the distance. Your future starts here. And now with the new KCC downtown location, plus campuses in Kansas City and Leavenworth, college fits your life right where you are. It's easy to make your next move. Summer classes begin June 1st. Learn more at kckcc.edu. Well, we're seeing Grant Cherry step on the hill for the 6th inning. He's had 81 pitches, thrown 4 strikeouts, and with that, 53 strikes.
He's been in to settle in just a little bit after that first inning. That's where the bulk of this 5-run lead came in with 3 Kansas City runs. No runs the 2nd or 4th, but 2 runs between those 3rd and 5th. So you look to see how much longer Gary wants to go with them as you see action out there in the bullpen.
Jerry, you know, he's played some big-time ball. Even when he was at Long Beach State, there was a game where he pitched against UCLA, and he struck out the potential 2026 first overall pick, and Rock Chalowski. That's impressive.
Impressive stuff there. Against that big-level college ball that these guys have been able to see.
Lindsley ropes it into right field. It stays fair, rolling towards the corner. Lindsley will take 2 and stand up with a double to open up the inning. And the finger guns on full display.
And these left-handed batters stay hot along that right field line. He got ahead of an inside fastball, and down in the zone, he was able to fish it up again. And the Monarchs stay hot. And they're blasting away here in Kansas City tonight.
Bottom of the order with Josh Bissonnette. What a night it's been, 2 for 2. And Bissonnette sends one up the middle towards Peralta. It goes behind him. Bissonnette to first, Lindsley to third.
It's a beautiful swing. And it was that hop after the mound that couldn't get it on the short hop, and it escaped right past him. Yesterday it was Gary with the hit parade. Today it's Kansas City's day with 10 already.
It's a Monarchs team that's 12th in the association in batting average, and today they have not looked anything like that. Already up to 10 hits, and we're here in the 6th inning.
New offensive identity. Today we've been talking about how they wanted to make some switches, and they sure did that after last night.
Looking to tack on another run for the 2nd straight inning. Valenzuela puts one into the right center field gap. Lindsley will come on to score. Bissonnette slides in at third. And Valenzuela with an RBI single. And Kansas City back up by 5 runs.
Bottom in the zone, and he got it. Make that back-to-back-to-back hits for the Monarchs and tag on another run like you said, Joey. Saheed Valenzuela gets his turn in this offensive explosion tonight.
And it looks like manager Jeff Issam is going to end out Cherry's day. So Grant Cherry is done. He went 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, and 5 strikeouts. So a new pitcher for Gary. We'll take a look at who that is when we return. So it's Alonzo Richardson, the right-hander from San Diego, that will step in for the first time this series. And he's got some work to do with runners at the corners and Richardson up.
Both of those responsible for Grant Cherry, but he comes in a big situation here with no outs, and he's looking to at least get 2 of them here with the double play. That's in a perfect situation.
So Alonzo and Grant Richardson scaring off.
See which Richardson comes out on top.
A guy that was committed to play college baseball at San Diego State, but he signed as an undrafted free agent with the Guardians in 2020. So a 23-year-old will send the 1-1 to Richardson, is just up above the zone. Richardson 0 for 3. The 2 balls, a strike. Or excuse me, 3-1. And a soft ground ball that goes past a diving Swayze. Bissonette will score. Valenzuela to third, and the line keeps moving. It's Richardson's turn.
And again, inside, and he's able this time to muscle it out of the infield. In a situation where Richardson's been cold all night, comes through again in Kansas City. You couldn't have said it better, Joey. Keeps the line moving. And double thumbs up from Richardson and Bissonette.
And Marcus Smith will step in, and a pass ball. Valenzuela scores. And Kansas City with 2 runs here in the 6th as Richardson got to second. And it just keeps getting better.
Keeps getting better for Kansas City, and it only grows worse for Gary on the other side. That one, second time in 3 days that Valenzuela has scampered home on a pass ball, continues to have high IQ base running.
And a base is stolen, and it looks to be Grant Richardson at third.
The aggressiveness continues on all assets here in this one. Swiping third for Richardson, extending their chances with Marcus Smith with no outs already. They're looking to get everybody home here.
8-1 advantage for the Monarchs. Mind you, 3 runs in this inning.
That'll mark the 3rd stolen base for Richardson on the season.
Smith puts one towards Swazi, and he'll step on first, but not before the Monarchs add 3 runs and take their largest lead, 8-1. As Marcus Smith will ground out, but Lindsley, Bissonette, and Valenzuela all cross home plate. Oh, it looks to be, my apologies, it was Richardson who got home, and this is sent high in the air to left center field. Saul Garza once more. That's his second home run tonight, 3 in the past 2 days, and Garza is on fire. It was a fastball at 90, and he saw it perfectly.
104 off the bat, right down the pipe, and Saul Garza for the second time today, 3 times in 2 games, put it at the deepest part of the yard, and he got every single bit of that baseball. Have yourself a series, Mr. Garza, in Kansas City, double digits, here in the 6th.
Five runs here in the 6th. And the Monarchs flipping the script on Gary. They're up 10-1, and Callahan sends a ground ball towards Buchholz, who couldn't get to it in time. It went in and out of his glove. He'll take first. And the bleeding continues for the RailCats.
Got something down in the zone. And was able to muscle it again. Score that as an infield single. And the hit parade continues, and the fat lady's starting to sing on the Kansas City side.
That's for sure. What an inning it's been. It was 5-1. You felt Gary, well, they got to run. Perhaps they can continue to get it going, but it's the Monarchs just with an onslaught of runs here in the 6th. 13 hits, and they have a commanding 10-1 lead.
That's what winning baseball clubs do. They take a loss like yesterday, realize some of the things they wanted back, and they did not miss here today. Capitalized on everything that they wanted to bring in.
Well, Richardson ran into a freight train.
Came in a tough situation with runners on the corners. And then after that, 3 straight batters came through and got themselves an RBI. 2 of those RBI singles and 1 on the ground. And then Saul Garza came back up to the plate. So you talk about a freight train, and it was not stopping.
Went off the netting. It's like Williams couldn't make the play, but Head pops it in the air towards center. It's a shortstop Peralta to grab the second out. They've gone all the way through the order out. Brady Lindsley is on deck. And Gonzalez continues what has just been an inning where the Monarchs cannot be stopped. Lindsley will bat for the second time in the inning. And Gonzalez joins the party.
And that makes every single 9 batters through this Monarchs lineup has now recorded a hit through just 6 innings of work. Everyone has gotten themselves a slice of cake.
14 hits is the most hits the Monarchs have put up in a game this season. Lindsley crushes it towards right center, and it is down. Lindsley sends an RBI single to bring in Callahan. Gonzalez to third. Put it in the perfect spot.
Just off the end of the bat. And you'll see here a big corral out there in shallow center field, and it just fell. Maybe one that the RailCats will want back to get out of the inning, but it continues to grow worse on their side, and Kansas City continues to find ways to bring home runs.
Josh Bissonnette, 3 for 3 with a run.
The response from this team yesterday, Gary came and stole the Monarchs' lunch money, and today they were able to fight the way and get that money right back.
Seven of the 9 batters in the lineup scored here in the 6th inning.
You talk about everybody doing their part in a game like this. Everything's working in full motion for Kansas City tonight. Hudson having a great day with the start, defense on point, in the bats. Like you said, the most we've seen this season.
Josh Bissonnette.
Only the second time this year that Bissonnette has been able to knock home three hits.
And Bissonnette will take ball 4.
And it continues on here in the home half of the 6th. Whenever you think it's over, not close. Kansas City will keep muscling through.
So top of the order again, Valenzuela, who had an RBI single in this inning, will bat once more. Bases are loaded, and it could get worse for Gary. Best offensive performance we've seen from Kansas City. And what's funny about that is, yeah, you had the rain come down. They did not take batting practice. Isn't that something?
Stuck in the cages today with the rain, but it paid off with that extra work like they've been talking about.
So Bissonnette at first, Lindsley at second, and Alvaro Gonzalez at third.
Seven of the 15 extra base hits.
To remind you, 6-run score in the inning. You had 6 of the 9 batters cross home plate. That is something else. 1-2 to Valenzuela. $15 hits for Kansas City. When they put it together on both sides, this is the type of performance you get
Very special team. Whenever you can do it on both sides, it's taken a little bit of this season for the offense to catch stride, but tonight, I feel like it's the first time we've seen this team fully at work offensively. Pitching took a night off yesterday, but today with Dakota Hudson, the start he's had, you're seeing it from both sides, and it really shows you how dangerous Kansas City can be. But the way that both these teams came into this matchup yesterday, struggling offensively, pitching has been on point. It almost gives you that playoff feel with these two types of teams.
Now they're going to decide in the rubber match tomorrow. 1 o'clock pitch, so it's an early one. But great crowd on hand, and they've certainly had a lot to cheer about here tonight. Valenzuela just keeps fouling back into the netting. He's not going away easily. And running up the pitch count on what has been a rough outing for Alonzo Richardson. He's going to make him work for it.
He sure is. He's going to make him work back to get a defensive pitch here. But Valenzuela, even every time he's tried, he's been able to put it back.
2-2 sent up the middle. Here comes Gonzalez to score. Bases loaded once more. And the Monarchs just piling on the runs. It's a 12-1 lead. Zahid Valenzuela with his second RBI single in the inning.
In the inning. Come through the order. Bases loaded. Valenzuela fought his whole at-bat and was able to come through on top once more. And they keep going.
Can't be stopped. Won't be stopped. Valenzuela at first, Bissonette at second, and Brady Lindsley, the catcher, at third. Grant Richardson also had an RBI single in the inning. And Richardson puts it into right field. Lindsley scores, Bissonette gets the wave home, and he will get in. 14-1 lead for the Monarchs. Just doesn't stop.
Drilled it. 97 off the bat. And that's Richardson's second time up to the plate in the inning that he's came through with an RBI. Make it 3 in the inning for him. And the Monarchs continue the onslaught with 2 outs here in the 6th. Already up to 9 runs. And we'll get a mound visit here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're pitching coach Kent Willis, I mean, what do you even say at this point? This is the most runs the Monarchs have put up in an inning the entire year with 9. It's everybody's day.
Everybody has came through. You know, Joey, I'm not even sure what you would say in this situation. You know, the damage has been done. I think you just tell him, there's 2 outs on the board, son. You got to go get us that last one. Yes, we can't get those runs back, but we can get that out that we need. So just go out there and find it. But, man, has Kansas City made it hard for him and the whole pitching staff tonight on Gary.
Richardson at first. Marcus Smith Zahid Valenzuela at second. Marcus Smith with 2 down. We'll see the 1-0. Four players in this inning have batted twice. And Marcus Smith will be the 5th.
I mean, wow. And they're still moving through. It just doesn't seem like there's any quit in them yet. I get it, 2 outs on the board, you're already up by so much, but I think they were struck yesterday and they wanted to make a statement today.
Two to Smith. Strikes out swinging. But a 9-run inning for the Monarchs, and they have led the entire way, but now put themselves in a sure Game 2 win. Up 14-1. We'll take a step aside. 7th inning coming up. So Dakota Hudson's day is done, and Jeff Hankinson will step on the mound. And at this point, you have such a sizable lead. You're just looking to get your innings of work in, throw strikes, and just do your job.
You got some wiggle room, that's for sure. Make a couple mistakes here and there. You don't really have to go out there and pressure moments. Go out there, have some fun with your catcher, and like you said, do your job, deliver strikes, put balls in play, and see if you can get some stats for yourself well. But 13-run advantage for Kansas City. Hankinson is in a spot to just get these innings going.
Howell pops out to a running Saul Garza near the dugout.
What a way to start. Worked inside on Howell, and it paid off. Got way underneath that baseball, and Garza, you'll see here, working his way into foul territory near the clubhouse. Makes a tough play along that netting and the lights.
Hankinson with 7 2 innings of work. He's had 12 strikeouts to 5 walks. 1-0 count on Peralta. And Peralta hooks it towards Richardson.
Two batters, 2 outs in play for Hankinson. He's working quick here in the 7th. That's what you call him to do.
Unbelievable. You know, and I think obviously the Monarchs have the bats really hot tonight, but when they put together a complete game, they are probably the best team in the association, and they already have one of the best records.
Definitely, arguably. You can put that up there for sure because you have the best pitching team on a good night. You have the best of the best here. And then when those bats get going, you see what happens. 17 team hits, 14 runs. And we're just now into the final frame of the game. So this team is so dangerous.
Hankinson delivers a strike. You know, is this a situation, Jackson, where they're going to see what Hankinson does? Obviously, there's nobody in the bullpen warming up, but do you potentially throw a couple different arms?
I would maybe look to get 2 out of Hankinson. Save it for Game 3. You know, tomorrow you never know. It could be a tighter game than it has been the last 2 nights.
It'll be Ryan Garcia to make the start on the mound tomorrow. And Swazi tags it to center, but it's Head to go 1-2-3. So the Monarchs stay in front with an avalanche of runs in the 6th, a 14-1 lead. 7th inning stretch coming up, bottom of the 7th when we return. Fans shouting the YMCA. I mean, an unbelievable crowd. What a game it's been for Kansas City, and all the excitement in the air on this Saturday night with pink skies in the background. And Legends Club filled up over there, people on the concourse. And Kansas Jayhawk, there you go to Kansas Jayhawk fan. They're in their super regional where they
lost 8-1 today to Oklahoma.
Wow.
But a lot of baseball happening around here, the Kansas City area. And the Monarchs on the other side of that. Great performance tonight so far. But an absolutely gorgeous skyline out to center field tonight.
Nothing better than right here, and the Monarchs pick up where they left off. It's Saul Garza's day. Just keeps getting better.
4 for 5 today, Mr. Garza. Double thumbs up for sure on your performance. Inside fastball drilled it 100 off the bat. And why have any doubt when 1-6 is up tonight?
Well, Jake Hoover, the new pitcher. $18 hits. Is it Gary's pitching staff, or the Monarchs just seeing pitches well? Because, you know, even yesterday they held them to 3 runs.
I think it's the Monarchs just seeing it very well tonight. And I think coming into today, there was a level of confidence that they had from last night. They knew they wanted some of those pitches back. And today they're seeing them, and they're knowing that, hey, we know what happens when we can't make it work. So tonight, and then you watch the guy in front of you go get on base or go get an extra base hit, and you're like, I got to get him home. And I think just that camaraderie they have has carried through tonight. But this is for sure a team win all around.
0-2 to Callahan, and sends a ground ball past Buchholz. They just won't stop.
First base coach John West has had a lot of fist bumps today. Make it 19 of them. This time Callahan gets it through the second base side past a diving Buchholz. My goodness. It keeps on going for Kansas City. Wow.
Hudson Head, what a day he's had. That RBI triple in the 3rd and then an RBI double in the 5th. Has a chance to do it once more. Hoover delivers a first pitch strike. Did you see this response coming?
I gotta say, I felt something from yesterday. They didn't hold their heads low. They knew tomorrow. They were excited. Garza on second base was just telling me, he said, you know, we're really looking forward to tomorrow at 6:35 to get our chance to make a statement. And boy, have they done it. But it took some work. The preparation that this team has been taking in the cages on the on-field batting practice with coaches Kenny Hook, both Coach Matts, they're really investing into these players, and it's paying off.
Oh, 0-2 is low on Head. Jake Hoover, the native of Armada, Michigan. Just been that type of night for the Monarchs where everything went right and it opened up in the first inning.
I feel like that's another thing we've been talking about. A lot of these outs the last couple of nights were perfect hits, and that went right to the defense or just found the wrong part of the field. But tonight it seems just like that. It's all going right.
Hudson Head drills it to right center field. It is down before the wall, a ground roll double that's going to bring home Garza. How about that? 20 hits for the Monarchs. It's the most they've had in franchise history. And we're seeing it on full display.
You can't make it up here in Kansas City tonight. The boys are on a roll. This time, put in the deepest part of the yard, one hops over the wall. 15 runs, a franchise record on hits. My goodness, what a historic night here in Legends Field.
Callahan to third, and it just keeps going with Alvaro Gonzalez.
I mean,
This team's made history tonight.
I gotta say, I'm running out of room on my scorebook over here. And for everyone who is keeping score. Oh, man.
Yeah, same here. It's Gonzalez's chopper towards Swazi. He'll get to first, but Callahan will score. And head to third.
And again, it's picking up your guy on third in scoring position. They've came through about every single time you could have asked for them to do so, putting it on the opposite side of the field. Helping each other out. You know, we'll give them 16 runs now.
Liner from Lindsley. And Swazi once again, but it's Head who will score. 17 runs. This is unbelievable.
My goodness. Coming up, when your guy's waiting for you on base, back-to-back 3 unassisted RBIs, quality outs, 17 now is the magic number at Legends Field. And that, with that run, ties the franchise record for most runs scored in a game back on June 6, 2024. Kansas City beat the Sioux Falls Canaries with a 17-run performance. So just one more run, and we have 2 record-breaking nights here in Kansas City.
And the way this is going, only 2, I mean, yeah, there are 2 outs, but it's just been everybody getting hit, including this man, Josh Bissonnette. 3 for 3 with a walk. Check swing and did come across. But 3 more runs here in the 7th inning. An RBI double from Hudson Head. You had a ground out RBI from Lindsley, and the Monarchs 17-1 lead. We head to the 8th. I mean, is this dugout, could you be more prouder of your guys? Joe Calfa-Pietro has to be all smiles, and you just can't put it into words of what you see. I think a dominant performance is an understatement, because in baseball, yeah, you have those 8-1, 9-1 games. but 17-1. It's something to admire if you're these Monarchs faithful.
You are, especially, like you said, for Calfa Pietra. Definitely proud with the upbringing of this team this year. A lot of new guys came in, and you're starting to see everyone's true potential kind of unfold tonight.
So Hankinson back on the mound once more. He went 1-2-3 in the 7th. And remind you, skip the curveballs and hit a home run with your fitness goals. Join now for just $1 down and $15 a month. No commitment. Just a clean, friendly environment with unlimited fitness training. Stop by Planet Fitness in KCK, home of the judgment-free zone. Monarchs have more runs than it is per month at Planet Fitness.
That is insane when you look at it like that.
But Jackson, you know, you look at it as Williams pushes it towards fouled left side. All wins count the same. You know, you win either 2-1 or 17-1. It's still a win. And regardless of the performance tonight, these two teams are going to have the rubber match right here at 1 o'clock.
It's going to be a good one. I feel like both teams have gotten their fun, getting a plethora of hit parades, but you saw that Sioux City series for Kansas City. Every single game was decided within one run, but a win's a win. You're right. You look at games like today, you're going to, pat yourself on the back, but tomorrow is going to be a new game, new opportunities.
Crushed to center field, but it's Head who's been busy out there to retire Williams, and Jake Gunther will step in.
That's back-to-back outs for him out in center field. Ended the 7th inning. Another catch there, and we can't forget, in the first inning, the diving play to stop some runs out there in center. So Hudson Head still one of the dominating forces in that outfield this season.
Gunther flew out to center, got on base fielder's choice. He's the only runner to cross home plate here tonight.
And Hankinson's really came out of the pen.
Look at this. You have some rain coming down.
Oh, looks like that. I didn't even see that. Very light mist, but you can see it in those lights.
Strike 3. Hankinson has retired 5 straight batters. He puts up his first K of the night. And this time it's a pitch at 83 that found the edge of the zone.
And it's this Monarchs pitching staff continuing to rain down on this Gary South Shore lineup.
Looks like he's going to hit the brother of Nick, Frank Podkul. Yep, right in the elbow.
I ran way inside, and coming into today, Frank was on the inactive list, so today must have got the clear and said, we'll come, we'll probably put you in there whenever you want, but, a good situation to get some at-bats, especially down as much as 16 runs, but he'll get his first base appearance in a little bit.
Two balls and a strike here on Kevin Watson Jr. who led off with a single. Again, Jackson, this was a game where it was 5-1 Monarchs, and Gary was totaling some hits. They were, close at times. They've had 8 runners left on base, but the Monarchs really blew it open in the 6th inning. Called strike 2.
And they never looked back. You think, oh man, we'll take, 14 runs at that point. Then you had 3 more, as if that needed insurance was there.
And the 3-2's outside, so Buchholz to second. And Watson Jr. to first. Summerhill grounded out into a double play in the 2nd. He reached base in the 5th when he was hit by a pitch. Sent deep into center. Head tracks it down for the 3rd out. So an astonishing 17-1 lead and a rout of the RailCats as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Last time the Monarchs will be up at bat tonight. We'll step aside here on KSMO. Rogers Wholesale Liquors is Kansas City's go-to for good times. For generations deep, Rogers Wholesale Liquor has been keeping KC hydrated for over 60 years. No matter what you're celebrating, do it with Rogers Wholesale Liquors. Please drink responsibly. So Valenzuela here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, can't get much worse on the RailCats side, and for the Monarchs, a historic night. Most hits in franchise history, tied the franchise record for runs, needing 1 more to break that.
Valenzuela, 2 for 5. Both hits, both RBIs came in the 6th frame. No action in the bullpen, so it looks like Hankinson will finish the day.
Yeah, you don't really want to waste arms, especially when you're up by 16. Because like we've been talking about, that rubber match tomorrow at 1.
Valenzuela sends a chopper towards Swazi. Races to the bag in time.
At this point, Gary's just trying to get quick outs, get themselves out of here. Much like Kansas City last night, just trying to end the night, get yourself some rest and ready for tomorrow's game, especially when it's going to be, I'd say, nearly impossible in baseball to put 16 runs in 1 inning, especially in that last 9th.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this one's over, but who knows?
Who knows?
Some light rain that has continued to pour down. Expected tomorrow as well. Rain throughout the afternoon.
Doesn't look anything too big, just a nice light drizzle.
Yeah, not what it was earlier today.
Not at all. It was downpour here so you looked in that clubhouse, even the top of the dugouts. I mean, it was almost flooding.
Two to Richardson. He strikes out swinging. So Hoover records his second strikeout. Marcus Smith. Now you can really see now.
Oh, it is.
Take the first strike. Might be a little wet when you go down there, Jackson. But,
think so.
I mean, you got dumped on by some cold water the other day, so it can't be that bad.
Sure did. So I'm used to being a little wet down there on the field post-game. But we'll see, you know. Today, like I said, in the clubhouse before the game, had to drop off some stuff, and at the time it was pouring, but we'll see.
You know, I ran into Stephon Moore. He's going to be out of here tomorrow morning and going to Double-A Chattanooga Lookouts as Smith puts a ground ball towards the second baseman, Podkul. And Gary goes 1-2-3 for the first time today. So, to the final frame we go. Monarchs looking to close it out and even up this series. Hankinson back on the mound when we return. Midland Radio is the official communication sponsor of Monarchs baseball. Headquartered right here in Kansas City, Midland has continuously been at the forefront of two-way weather, business, and emergency radio technology to keep adventurous and families connected and safe.
Okay, that's fine. For post-game, though, rapid.
So Jeff Hankinson looking to close this out. What a night it's been. Rain coming down, a little wet, but the bats have been red hot for Kansas City. Cooper Edwards to lead off here in the bottom of the order. On the plate for the first strike of the at-bat. One from Hankinson, he delivers it in the zone. It's been a response and then some for Kansas City tonight. Tied for the most runs in franchise history. And broke the record for the most hits in a game with 20. Payoff for the check swing and did not fully come across. That ball went outside and a fastball, so Edwards will take first. Corey Howell's got, looks like his own cheering section. One from Hankinson is lifted to right field, and it is Smith. Elvis Peralta. We'll see the 1-1 down the plate for a strike. And put one past Valenzuela and into right center field. And it looks like Edwards is going to take third. The throw to second. He's safe. Peralta to second, Edwards to third. And a really unfocused play there from Head. And just went right under his glove. So only one out. And Joe Swazi. Who's had a terrific night at the dish. 3 for 4. He singled in his first 3 at-bats. Peralta at second, Edwards at third, and the 0-1 to Swazi is crushed into center field. The catch by Head. Edwards is going to tag home for the second run. But they're going to need 15 more runs to get back in this game, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Cameron Williams, perhaps the last batter of the night, and it has just been a performance unlike anything we've ever seen here this season. 20 hits, 17 runs, and hit deep into left field. Richardson at the wall. He dives up and can't make the play. Peralta scores. Williams to second. And Gary adding on a couple runs here in the top of the 9th. Well, Jake Gunther will step in. (17-3), 30 combined hits. 20 of those have gone to the Monarchs. The 1-0 is fouled back. But this series has had a ton of offense. 34 combined runs for the first 2 games. But it's all going to come down to the rubber match tomorrow. Monarchs keep the streak alive. And a soft grounder that does not stay fair. Keep the streak alive after they lost every game in the series where they lost the first one. They've responded with the second win. Two outs, the 1-2's outside. Hankinson looking to polish off. 2-2 swing and a miss. That will do it. What a night for the Monarchs and Kansas City, a 17-3 win. They got it going with 3 runs in the first inning and never let up from there. They break the record for the most hits in a single game and tie the franchise record for runs with 17.